Let's take a breath together. Not the kind you take to push through, but the kind you take to come back to yourself. Feel your shoulders drop. Feel your body arrive. This is where your alignment begins. Not in your calendar, but in your center. Today we're talking about alignment. It's a word you've probably heard before. Maybe you even journaled about it. Maybe you've chased it through routines, relationships, or self-development. But alignment isn't something you chase. It's something you return to. Again and again and again. Alignment is when your life feels like it fits. Not because it's perfect, but because it's honest. It's when your energy and your actions and your choices reflect your truth. Not your trauma, not your pressure, not your past roles. Alignment is when your outer life begins to reflect your inner knowing. It's not ease. It's not constant comfort. It's not about getting every decision right. Alignment is relief. The relief of no longer abandoning yourself. Before we recognize alignment, we have to name its opposite because that's where most of us live by default. Misalignment often feels like saying yes when your whole body screams no. Explaining yourself over and over again because you're not being heard. Feeling emotionally exhausted from holding a version of yourself that isn't quite real. Doing what's expected, even if it empties you. Ignoring your own intuition because someone else seems to know better. Performing peace while you're boiling on the inside. It's not always loud. Sometimes it's just a quiet ache, a sense that something is off, even if you can't explain why. You're in the room, but not really in your body. You're nodding, but not really agreeing. You're moving, but you're not grounded. That's misalignment. It slowly unravels your clarity, your worth, and your peace. Take a slow breath here. Inhale and exhale. You're allowed to stop performing for your life. You're allowed to choose truth over tension. Alignment doesn't begin with a decision. It begins with connection to your inner world. You can't align with what you don't recognize. That's why so many women feel confused or indecisive. They spent years listening to everyone but themselves. But the truth is, you were born knowing how alignment feels. You just forgot what it sounds like in your body. You forgot how to trust it. Alignment often begins as a whisper, a subtle no in your chest, or a soft yes that feels like breath returning. It's your intuition gently tapping you on the shoulder and saying, "This isn't yours. This is what we want. This isn't the way." The more you respond to that whisper, the louder it becomes. And slowly, alignment becomes your new home, right? Alignment is your inner compass. Even if you've been off course for years, your compass is still intact. It doesn't disappear. It doesn't punish you. It just keeps pointing you back to truth again and again and again. But to feel it, you have to stop outsourcing your direction. You have to stop asking everyone else for permission to be yourself. No map will help if the compass you're using isn't yours. Alignment is what happens when you stop chasing what's right for them and start choosing what's true for you. Let's pause here. Place your hand on your heart and gently ask, what part of me is asking to be heard today. You don't need to fix it. Just notice. Listen. Let's take this out of the clouds and into your real life. Alignment isn't dramatic. It's usually quiet but powerful. Here are some examples. The no that brings you peace. You're invited to something, a call, a dinner, a collaboration. You say yes, but feel resistance in your body. You dread it. You spiral. You show up resentful. I don't really want to be here. Alignment is the version of you who pauses, asks, do I really want this? And says no kindly, clearly, and fully. You feel lighter, not because it was easy, but because it was true. Another example. Choosing rest over guilt. You've been productive all week. There's still more you could do, but your body is tired. Your spirit is quiet. Alignment says, rest now. You're still enough. You choose rest, and with it, peace. No guilt, no shame. Just permission to honor your rhythm. Honor your stillness. Another example, the boundary that changes everything. Someone keeps crossing a line with you. You've been polite, subtle, accommodating, but you feel smaller each time. Alignment says, speak up, say it clearly, protect your peace. So you do, not to hurt them, but to come back to yourself. That is alignment in motion. You don't need to get it all right. You don't need to undo your entire life overnight. You just need to begin listening inward with honesty, with softness, without shame or guilt. Here are a few places you can start. Ask, what does this feel like in my body? Alignment usually feels like ease, openness, grounding. Misalignment most of the time, always feels like tightness, resistance, and confusion. Your body knows before your brain does, right? Here's some small check-ins that you can ask throughout the day. Is this mine to carry or someone else's? Is this choice rooted in truth or fear? What would alignment feel like right now? No judgment, just awareness, right? Just awareness. Release the need to be good. Alignment often requires disappointing people. It may not always look like what others expect, but alignment isn't about approval. It's about integrity. You're allowed to be misunderstood if it means you are no longer misunderstanding yourself. Breathe here, softly and slowly. Let that truth settle within you. And here's a gentle invitation for today. Choose one. Choose one moment to align with yourself instead of abandoning yourself. It can be small, a no you've been avoiding, a truth you've been swallowing, a plan you can cancel to protect your peace, a rest you can allow yourself to have without earning it. That moment becomes a thread that leads you back to your center. You don't have to do everything today, but you can do one thing aligned, fully, freely, and without apology. You are not confused. You've been disconnected from your own voice. You are not indecisive. You've been trained to override your own knowing. You're not broken, love. You've just been misaligned. And now you're remembering. Alignment is not a destination. It's a practice, a devotion, a return to self. Every time you pause and listen inward, you realign. Every time you choose truth over performance, you realign. Every time you say, this version of me no longer fits, you realign. This is your becoming, and it's happening now. You are becoming a woman who listens to her truth the first time, A woman who no longer shapes herself to fit small spaces. A woman who no longer sacrifices her peace for performance. You are becoming a woman who knows her own yes and honors it, who feels her own no and speaks it. This is a power of alignment. This is your becoming. As always, stay crowned, stay blessed. Have a great day, and don't forget to subscribe. Talk to you soon, love.